Nothing like Sunday night football under the lights, and tonight we are live from Denver, Colorado, the site Richard L. Snowden Stadium, and the two teams are the London Knights and the Denver Nightwings. Both teams coming off a loss last week, and that was Denver's first loss of the season. Meanwhile, London 0-4 looking for the first win. And so joining me in the broadcast booth tonight is, as always, Dan Mitchell. Dan, how you doing tonight, and what are you expecting from London in order to get their first win of the season here tonight?
I'm doing great, Jeff. Hope you're having a nice one as well. Right now, as you said, London coming off a loss versus Chicago last week, and Denver coming off a loss versus Baltimore. London looking for the biggest upset that this season could have so far, and that would be a huge one. So London come out, I think they got to be high flying. Right now, Denver's rush defense is one of the best in the league. Only one rushing touchdown allowed and not much else going on the ground. So if they keep it up in the air on Angus McLean's arm, they could have a chance, and they really need it right now. It's still early season, week 5 action. They have a chance to come back, but they got to get on a hot streak.
Yes, sir. And you got the Denver Nightwings in the all blacks. Meanwhile, the London Knights are going to be wearing the all whites. Who is going to win? Stay tuned. We're about to get this one kicked off here in a little bit. But first, the series, Denver leads it 2-1. The home team has won every game in this series. And so they last played back in season 13 when Denver won 37-14. What will transpire tonight? Sit back, relax, strap it down, and we're about to get this one underway. As Kramer Jackman kicks it off, and we are underway. It's going to be fielded 3 yards deep, and it's going to be brought out past the 20 up to the 21-yard line, and that is where we will see Angus McLean for the first time tonight, the quarterback for the London Knights. The rest of the starters, the halfback, Robert Merrill, remember, converting from receiver, coming over from Florida. Iggy Swift is the fullback. The receiving core, Fox Highwind, Vin Kalia, and Dustin Zeck. The tight ends, Benji Matson and Dayton Rhodes. McLean will start in the shotgun formation. To the left will be Merrill, but he takes the shotgun snap. He's got all sorts of time, going to fire it, and the pass is going to be caught, and that is a quick first down. One play, and Vin Kalia with a reception there up to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, they're starting out in the air. Vin Kalia, the only receiver on the London offense who is a veteran. The rest of them are all rooks coming over from the draft. We'll have to see how this real fresh rookie offense will do.
McLean handed up to Swift, who's going to get jiggy with it, up for a gain of 4 on the play to the 35-yard line. And now the starters for Denver on the defensive line. We have Marlon Marshall, Michael Rochester, and Des Troyer. The linebacking core of Richie Leopold. Remember, he was signed back in week 2. And Adam Wiseman. Secondary, Matt Papanow, Nick Kindler, Rocha Santagria, and then the round out the secondary, free safety Josh Vasquez and Barry Barkley. McLean throwing it. Pass is going to be caught on the slant route, and just like that to the 46-yard line as the pass was caught by Dustin Zeck.
Dustin Zeck, who also doubles up as the kick returner so far this season, has 64 yards on 9 receptions. That makes his 10th reception right there. Getting the Rooks some, good work, and I think they're going to have to really stretch out their targets on this one.
First down and 10 as London going on a little bit of a drive here. Dropping back, McLean, he's got all sorts of time trying to fire it underneath, but it's going to be deflected. And that was a good stand, number 59 for Denver on the deflection, Sam Blachek.
Yeah, that right there was just really good on covering your man. Just good, great man-to-man by the outside linebacker, nonetheless. And really batted that down. It'd be hard for them to keep up and grab that ball, but now London deals with a 2nd and 10.
McLean under center, split back in the backfield behind him. Gonna be a handoff to Swift, who's gonna get hit in the backfield. The first tackle for loss for Adam Wiseman. And on the night, and Iggy Swift goes back 2 yards, gonna bring up a long 3rd down and 12.
Maybe his first TFL on the night, but that makes it his 6th one on the season, and he's averaging 9 tackles a game, so expect to see more out of him.
So I give a shout out to everybody watching on the SFL YouTube page. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. McLean on 3rd down and 12. Pressure was in his face, and he throws it, and it's going to be caught on the sideline. Spock Highwind with his first grab, and that's a huge first down, and it's inside Denver territory to the 41.
Yeah, the 48th pick overall in the draft coming in this game with 290 yards. That was a great catch right there. I felt like McLean had all the time in the world in his pocket. Great coverage. Just, he slept with it and it worked out.
Fox Highwind with the 28th reception on the season for 290 yards coming into the game and 3 touchdowns as well in his rookie campaign. McLean throwing it, but he is going to be gave his tight end. That is Benji Matson. That was a little bit of a suicide pass as he was hit and the ball came loose, and that is a really good hit from the Denver defense, and it's going to set up a 2nd down and 10.
Tight end straight down the middle route. I almost thought he had that, which would have been amazing. But the 6'6", 260 couldn't hold on to it, and he just got slammed. 2nd and 10 once again for London.
Denver 41-yard line is where the 2nd down and 10 play will commence. McLean, short drop back, throwing it underneath. Pass is going to be caught, and just like that, Khalil with another reception to the 32, going to be a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, that route running was beautiful. He slanted right in the middle, and there was no one under him, so all the receivers were way behind him. Slightly lower throw equals no one can even question it. Now they're 3rd and 1. Let's see how London reacts on this super close, almost first down.
Looking like a running formation, and they'll run it with Merrill for the first time tonight, and he'll get enough for the first down to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 2 on the play, but again, London with another 3rd down conversion.
Robert Merrill, one of the only 3 veteran offensive players right now for London. 310 yards overall on this season and on 57 carries. He's making some work get done.
Swift and Merrill in the backfield behind McLean, who's going to drop back. He's going to throw it to Swift coming out of the backfield. He's got 5 yards before he's going to be touched. And getting the tackle, number 24, Nick Kindler, the corner.
Yeah, they end up giving the fullback 6 yards. It's now London's on a 2nd and 4. They're really, getting Iggy Swift involved. He's been more involved right now than Merrill has been. It's an interesting design choice in their scheme. I want to see how London keeps that up, and if it works, it's a alternative to the norm.
50 yards are ready for McLean, who's 5 of 7. And he'll hand it off again to Merrill. Nice spin move. He's got enough for the first down, and he will be tackled from behind by Marlon Marshall, getting his first tackle, but not before Merrill picks up the first down, and they are marching down the field now to the 18-yard line of Denver.
Yeah, London's in this red zone. When you look at the, what we thought going into this matchup, London's playing a smart game, but I'm surprised how well this fullback dives and runs are working out for him.
4 down linemen on the defensive front for Denver. It looks like they're going to be bringing the blitz here, but they back out of it. McLean dropping back, throwing it to the end zone, but it's going to be 2 yards short down to the 2-yard line. And what a grab on the play. Number 88, that's going to be Dayton Rose with his first grab. And boy, oh boy, again, London doing it through the air. And we talked about this in the beginning of the game, or before the game started, that's been the bread and butter for London coming into this matchup.
Yeah, that right there got my heart skip a beat. 12 receptions right there by 88 Dayton Rhodes, the other tight end. There's 2 of them, and he's making a statement.
McLean will drop back on this first down play and goal, and he's going to throw it to Swift, and there is no one there. He gets into the end zone. Big drive to start the game from London, and they take the early 6-point lead here, pending the extra point to make it 7.
No one was covering him. It was wide open. He just walked in. There was no question. Higgy Swift don't need to be swift like the wind. He can just be slow like a tank and just drive on through because no one's stopping him.
Are you are you a little bit surprised on how the Denver defense came out to they had to think that play was going to come. They ran it a couple times already, and they were getting 5 easy yards there. So were you surprised on the defensive side for Denver?
I gotta say, I kind of was, but kind of wasn't, as right there they score the extra point, pumping them up to a score of 7. I gotta say, they flipped it out to the outside, which they've done a few times, but I think Denver's mindset on defense right there was, I don't think they thought that was going to happen. And instead of short slant down the middle with Kalia, which they've been doing a few times, I thought would be a guaranteed touchdown. Instead, they flipped it out, taking the chance, and it works out for him.
That was a 13-play, 78-yard drive, resulting in the 2-yard touchdown pass to Iggy Swift. And so the fullback getting used here early and often in the game, as it's going to be returned out to the 26-yard line. And we will see the Denver offense for their first drive of the game, led by the veteran Josh Miller for the Denver Nightwings. The rest of the starters, halfback Jared McChesney, the fullback R.E. Mills, the receiving corps, it's a good one, Giacomo Jones, Bryce Battle, and Logan Keel. The tight end Jeremy Mosley, and the two guards are Gene Benazi and D'Amico Ryan. Josh Miller will start and hand it off to McChesney as he's still on his feet, but he's going to be hit by Tallymac Scarborough, and he'll get his first tackle on the night, but not before McChesney picks up a gain of 8. And the defensive starters for London, defensive line, Joe Duncan, William Davidson, Zach Turner, Eric Surratt. The linebacking core, Jeff Gagne, Tallymac Scarborough, already heard his name. The secondary, Tanner Hendricks, Brandon Ewing, Marquise Reed, Bo Martin Jr., and Jack Russell. Second down and 8 for Josh Miller. He's going to fire it out there, and just like that, they are out to the 45-yard line. And for the first time, Logan Keel makes a grab out to the 45. First down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, wide receiver Logan Keel coming out this season, 342 yards. He's been on Denver for 6 seasons too, and he's been in the SFL for 6 seasons. That's some player loyalty. When you know you have a great program, and Denver has a good one. And that was just beautiful. They had some crazy cover pulled back, but at the same time, just swoop it through.
First down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Miller under center. He's going to drop back short. He's going to sidearm throw it, and it is going to be caught. And a first down, it looked like he was a little bit short, but they're going to give Bryce Battle the first down and 10 up to the 45 of London.
Yeah, Battle kind of, sideways diving, making sure he makes it, and he does. So, give it up to that, really making sure. This clock is running. It's been actually running pretty quick right now, Jeff, as Denver's just making their way downfield.
There they are. And they're already inside London territory. Hand out to McChesney, and he has nobody in front of him, and he's going to get the first down before being tackled on the play. But boy, oh boy, if they could get Jared McChesney going here early, could be a long night for this London defense.
474 yards and 86 carries kind of just speaks for itself, Jeff. But yes, exactly. If McChesney can get it really warmed up and going, he's a scary person to have to go against.
London is giving up 106 rushing yards against in the game. That's 13 in the SFL. So that's something that they're going to have to really work on. But McChesney is showing the power, and he is all the way down to the 21-yard line. He's getting going here early. Scarborough with the tackle.
Yeah, he's getting it, and he's running as this terrible camera angle we just all saw. But great run right there by McChesney. He just has so much power behind him. A whole 5 seasons, averaging 5.5 yards per carry is beautiful. In my opinion, anything over 4 for a halfback, and you're already doing a job. Past that's just extra.
Yeah, he's 6th in the SFL with that 5.5 yards per carry average. Play action here. Miller's going to take a shot to the end zone. Wide open receiver. Touchdown! And that is going to be caught by Logan Keel, who gets into the end zone. What a play. The 4th receiving touchdown of the season.
What a play action dream right there. That was everything you could ever want. Everyone pulled down for that, and Keel just blasted off. You see him kind of stumbling with the amount of speed he has taken, but he picked up that route. Miller saw it perfectly, and it was just a wide open touchdown for Denver. Great response by Denver. Pending the extra point, it's already a tied ball game. This over-under may not be high enough if both teams keep up this momentum.
Jack Russell was the one that was burned on the play action, and we will see Kramer Jackman for the first time tonight. He'll attempt the extra point to tie the game up. It's through the uprights and good. And let's go back to the SFL studios for a game break. Cam, take it away.
Thanks, Jeff. TD Drew to Ken Maccaro gets the Charleston Predators back the lead in Arizona. Predators lead the Scorpions 10-7. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Back to our crew in Denver.
Boy, oh boy, Charleston up 10-7 there as we saw the highlight. Boy, what a throw and what a grab by Maccaro. as we just saw the touchdown, Josh Miller on a play action to Logan Keel. And now Drachman will get this game reset again. So up to the 22-yard line is where the London Knights will start after a beautiful first drive, 13 plays. What are you expecting? Is it possible for them to do that same exact thing again, or are you expecting Denver's defense to finally, get their feet under them?
I mean, since it was a 13-play drive, they weren't sticking to the same thing the entire time. They had their fullback swings. They had a few dives with the halfback, but then, they kept Kalia up the middle a few times. They had multiple options.
And they're going to throw it out to the right here. Pass is going to be caught by Khalil yet again. So he's up to 25 yards on 3 catches, and that's going to be a gain of 6 there. 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, I mean, if you look right here, just at the stat sheet, 74 yards on 8 completions right now for Angus McLean, going up to 80 on 9. Josh Miller only on 49 on 3 completions, though. McChesney making up the other 26 yards for Denver's last drive. I mean, London's kind of just grinding it out while Denver's throwing it tough.
Now McLean is going to go under center. 3 receivers out wide. Handoff in the backfield. There is a flag on the play, and Merrill's going to get hit and dropped in the backfield right now. That's going to be Des Troyer with the tackle.
Yeah, I think that was an early horse collar, maybe holding.
Oh, they're going to call face mask
against Denver. Ooh, that's it's rough.
That's not what the doctor ordered for Denver, and so it was incidental. So I believe it's only a 5-yard penalty. So it's not really going to come back to hurt them, but still giving London more chances than they need to is giving any team more chances is not always a recipe for success. So 2nd down and 1. Crowding the line of scrimmage, but a handoff to Merrill trying to break it outside. He has a nice spin move, and he is going to get a 1st down. And so he is going to be tackled on the play by big old number 94. That's going to be Logan Mack.
Robert Merrill with a beautiful drive right there. Beautiful run. I mean, it looked like it was kind of a delayed handoff, which threw myself off. I mean, McLean kind of just held on to it longer than I think anyone normally handing it off does. So it threw it off and gave Merrill some time to run, which is normally the opposite of what happens. I think everyone was just thrown out of sync, but it worked out. Now, London with a 1st and 10 on their own 37.
London looking to go back on a drive here. Going to throw it underneath to Merrill coming out of the backfield, and he is going to be hit for a short pickup on the play. Pickup of 3. And then coming down, number 23 to make the tackle, Matt Papineau.
Yeah, I mean, Merrill averages 5.4 yards a carry, which is only 0.1 under Jarek McChesney. He has the capability to run and run far, and we'll see if he can do it.
2nd down and 7 upcoming. Going to be a run play up the middle. And picking that up, Robert Merrill going to be a 3rd down and 2 upcoming.
I don't think they should run it again, Jeff. I definitely think this is a Kalia down the middle, or maybe that corner route. They've only thrown it once to Kalia on that corner route. I liked it. They had that Benji Matson down the middle, tight end go kind of play they did, or maybe even flipping it out to Iggy Swift. I don't know. From what I've seen so far, they have a few options here, but I don't think the run by Merrill is it.
They're going to throw it underneath instead, and it's going to be caught and moving the chains. Dustin Zeck coming up with his 2nd grab up to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, that works too. He kind of ran right under it, but was right on that first down yard line. I don't know whether it was so hard to say for a second, but it was some overall great running and worked out for him. So London keeps up this drive.
So 3 of 3 on 3rd down to start the game. McLean will hand it off to Merrill, who has to hurdle a defender in the backfield, and he's going to pick up another gain of 3 on the play before he's going to be brought down by number 21, Josh Vasquez.
Well, now it seems like they're handing off to Merrill just a little bit more. Hopefully they're doing it just to mix it up. Because I don't think Denver's defense can, they'll stop if it's just a constant Merrill run. But with this mixed up air play, it's harder for them.
Mike Stacks, I see you in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning into this one. As McLean under center, he's going to drop back short. He's going to throw it across the middle of the field. Pass is going to be caught. Khalil with another grab. And boy, oh boy, they are just going to work on the secondary and the cornerbacks for the Nightwings.
Yeah, beautiful slant right there by Kalia. He got in between all the coverage. He had the man on him, and then the secondary was back a bit more, providing their cover 3. I think it was last time I looked. That puts Klee up to 41 yards on 4 carries for a receiving percentage of 100%.
Now to the 35, handoff to Swift, trying to go outside. It probably would have been better if he would have went right up the middle. And so he's going to pick up a gain of 1 on the play and another tackle by the defensive tackle for the Nightwings, number 94, Mac.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I definitely think if he came up the middle, he would have picked up maybe another 2 or 3 yards. Now he only has to settle for the 1. 2nd and 9. I'm thinking that corner route to Kalia, but instead we go into the top of the second quarter.
Yeah, that's the end of the first quarter. Very fast-moving first quarter. London got the lead, and then Denver came back and answered. And we'll be back with the second quarter right after this on the SFL YouTube page. Jeff Melanish and Dan Mitchell also doing stats. Rocha Santagria, Zach Holdorf, and Delaney Nash coming to you live from Richard L. Snowden Stadium in Denver, Colorado. It's going to be thrown out from McLean over to Merrill, who's going to pick up on the swing pass. Short gain on the play. It's going to be a gain of 4, and Adam Wiseman coming up with his 3rd tackle. And so if you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controllerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines outcomes. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out in real time live with hundreds of viewers, turn players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. Visit www.simulationfl.net for more information. And so 4th down and 4 upcoming. That's going to be the first stop on 3rd down for the Denver defense.
First stop, 3rd drive. I don't think no complaints there. Seems like they're getting the kicking out. This will be a longer one. 45?
Yeah, coming into the season, JT Delaney is 4 for 4, and this one is up in the air. And the Denver, the Mile High atmosphere pays off here as Delaney knocks it through the uprights here, and it's already 10-7. So London regains the lead.
Honestly, first glance, I didn't think they were within field goal range, but he kicks it 46-yarder. It's a bit of a big one, but keeping up a great average, 100%, and putting up another 3 points is not a complaint. Let's see how Denver responds, though. If they keep up their momentum they had last drive, they could definitely be scoring another touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 13-play drive for the first touchdown on their opening drive, and this one was a 12-play drive for 54 yards, resulting in a field goal. So it looks like the game plan for London so far has been to, just milk out as much plays as possible against this Denver defense.
London is definitely the grinding for this game, and Denver is high-flying. See what they can do again, but even when they're not high-flying, they have McChesney on the ground. So Denver definitely has the weapons to make this another quick drive. Let's see how they do it, though.
Josh Miller, 3 for 3. 100% so far completion, 1 touchdown. That was to Logan Keel. First down and 10. Miller, shotgun. The lefty has all sorts of time. He's going to sling it. Pass is going to be caught. Oh, what a grab. Number 81 coming up with that one. And getting that reception is the receiver Brandon Battle.
Yeah, when you have, your third, fourth string receiver out there, but you see him just wide open like that, all the way on the edge, and it works out beautifully. Miller maintaining his 100% average for only 4 throws, but picking up 73 yards. I mean, 4 throws, 73 yards, and you have McLean with 114 yards for 14 completions. Yeah, you got 2 different styles right there.
Bodacious Martin Jr. on the tackle, the week 4 signing, making the play there, stopping Battle from what could have been touchdown. Miller taking another shot, but it's going to be intercepted by the Knights, and they're going back the other way. Nice spin move, gets it past midfield to the Denver 48-yard line with the interception, Jack Russell.
Well, there is a kind of downside to high-flying football, and that is a possible interception. Beautiful jumping catch by the strong safety, Jack Russell, for his 4th interception this season. And he gets a good run out of it, too, making it a little past midfield. Mark him down at Denver's 48. That was the turnaround London needed. And watch out, London ball, other side of the field. They have a strong presence right now.
What a play by Jack Russell. And they get the ball inside Denver territory. Could be huge for them. McLean will hand it off to Swift, but the defense is going to be there to stop it. And that's Richie Leopold coming in with his first tackle on the night. 2nd down and 9 upcoming.
Yeah, Denver's defense probably isn't happy with what they just saw. So now, we got to see what they do. Saw McLean's rating right there, 119.9, 99 yards on 1 touchdown. That was a lot of nines.
10-7 is the score here early in the 2nd quarter. McLean will fire this one out to the sidelines. Pass is going to be caught, and then turning upfield a little bit is the receiver yet again, Khalil, with another grab, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1 upcoming.
Yeah, Kalia with a little bit loss of momentum there after you catch the ball. It took some time turning upfield, not picking up enough for the first down. 3rd and 1. I want to see this fullback flick out for the swing pass for the first down.
3rd down and 1 from the Denver 40. McLean looks like he's going to check some things over. He's going to throw it to the middle of the field, but it's going to hit off the defender as he was looking for the big old tight end. Dayton Rhodes going across the middle, but instead falls incomplete. 4th down and 1 upcoming.
Yeah, Denver's line shifting from that 4-3, adjusting a bit, and it works out for them as they have the coverage, making it harder for, a 6'5" tight end to pick up the ball, which is a hard thing to do.
Yeah, going back to that interception, remember it was Logan Keel getting the best of Jack Russell on the play action for the touchdown, and there Jack Russell coming up with the interception and bringing it up to the 48-yard line. And it looks like they are going to try to go for it here, but I think this is going to be the timeout here, and they will take it. But I would have been okay with them going for it. 4th down and 1. The defense has been playing. I mean, they did give up the touchdown, but then they got the interception. So the defense has been playing well for London.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're trying to keep up what they can. Denver's game plan on their first drive was definitely just very hard to keep at. Their second drive, they just covered it well. They knew they were a high-flying ball game that they were throwing out, so they were covering it deep, and they ended in an interception. Though London didn't do anything with that interception, but they do pin Denver a bit deep, hopefully in their own end zone or in their own zone. And then, I mean, if the defense does it again, just keeps London giving them more chances.
First punt of the game will come courtesy of Phil Hunter, and the punt is away and is going to hit at the 8 and then bounce, and it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Almost had them pinned inside the 1.
Almost a beautiful special teams player right there. That's what you like to see. He doesn't get talked about all that much, that super deep pin, but he slid into it. I think they could have just let that ball stop and they would have been okay. It was bouncing back into it, not into the end zone, out of it.
Denver's offense. Oh, and they will get a free play. McChesney going up the middle, but it looked like number 97 jumped offsides. Joe Duncan for the London Knights. We'll see what the flag is, but I'm guessing it's going to be offsides.
Yeah, I mean, at least nothing happened to it. You can get real sketch because even if a penalty, if you don't accept it, if you can get a real good free play. Yep, neutral zone infraction against the Knights, they'll accept. So nothing crazy. It's pretty much just like if McChesney ran a real run anyway, honestly. That's how I see it if I was London right now.
Yeah, I mean, are you surprised that they haven't gone to McChesney a lot here? It seems like they're wanting to test the London secondary.
I mean, they tested them. They picked up the interception, but if you were throwing balls how Denver has been throwing them, I'd be surprised if there wasn't an interception.
1st down and 5 now. The lefty will take a shot over the middle of the field, and it's going to be broken up. The shot coming in from Jack Russell. And I kind of want to know what receiver he was looking at. I believe it was Logan Keel maybe going through the middle, or Giacomo Jones, but he got destroyed by Jack Russell.
I saw an 8 somewhere, so it was either Logan Keel or Jeremy Mosley, the tight end. But as soon as I saw those receivers just sprinting out for their routes, it was going to be a deep one. May see another one, 4 wide.
Yeah, they got three to the bottom of the formation, but a play action again. They're going to throw it across the middle of the field. Pass is going to be caught. That's the tight end, or the fullback, Ari Mills with his first grab, and that's a 1st down to the Denver 32-yard line now.
Yeah, London's been burned now by that play action 2 times. Obviously, one was a touchdown. This time not as bad with just a 1st down, but 1st downs are how you get touchdowns, so... And we'll see if it comes back to bite them. Now Denver, new set of downs, 1st and 10 on their own 32.
5 of 7 is Josh Miller for 80 yards. He has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Handoff here to McChesney trying to go outside. He stiff arms a dude in the face. and he is going to get 5 yards on the play. 2nd down and 5 upcoming.
London had a chance to bring McChesney down like at the line of scrimmage. Just no yards gained. Instead, he just keeps pushing through and then stiff arm someone. That is just individual effort all the way right there for McChesney.
That was a major league stiff arm given out by Gerard McChesney. And another handoff. He shrugs off another guy, and he's got blocking downfield. Does he have the speed? He breaks out of another one. He's going to be pushed out at the 27-yard line. But boy, oh boy, McChesney trying to show the rest of the SFL what it's all about.
McChesney, just doing McChesney things right there. Breaking one, breaking multiple. It takes many, many people to bring him down right there. Now they're at London's 27. That's McChesney's long so far for the game. See if he can go even further. I mean, if they keep handing off to him, he'll definitely have at least, I could see 3 breakaways more tonight.
Eric Surratt with the tackle. And again, it was Jack Russell who laid out the receiver. Then Jared McChesney got his number back. 1st down and 10 now from the 27. Josh Miller will throw this one out. Pass is going to be caught by Keel. And it's going to be up to the 20, or they're going to say he was out of bounds. I thought.
Oh, I wasn't looking at the feet that hard, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe it was just a later throw than I was expecting. So yeah, marked it incomplete.
That's something we never really see from Josh Miller, the wild veteran there, letting his receiver Logan Keel a little bit too much, and they're going to say he was out of bounds. And they're not even going to. Jeremy Vega's not even going to challenge this one. So 2nd down and 10. He's going to throw it across the middle. Open receiver, touchdown, Denver Nightwings.
There were 3 defenders on that man, and not one person could stop him right there. Jeremy Mosley, the tight end, throw it to the tight end right there. That's his first touchdown on the season. That's a beautiful 2nd season right now for Mosley. 2nd one also with the Nightwings. Beautiful throw and catch. That puts Denver in the lead. It'll be 14 pending the extra point right now, so we could end up with a 14-10 game. Really have to see how London responds, because if they try to keep grinding it out, it may take them too long.
Jeremy Mosley with his first touchdown of the season, and the extra point attempt is through the uprights and good, so it's a 4-point lead as it's 14-10, and the Denver faithful here, the fans have been going absolutely wild, and they got to be liking what they're seeing from Josh Miller connecting on 2 touchdown passes, and now Denver has the lead for the first time.
I mean, they have a very balanced attack right now. McChesney just breaking ground and doing McChesney things, 67 yards on 5 attempts, and then Miller passing the ball around. The only receiver who hasn't had the ball yet is Giacomo Jones.
And that was a 7-play, 80-yard drive, resulting in the 27-yard touchdown pass. Josh Miller connecting with Jeremy Mosley as the knee in the end zone, and the ball will come out to the 20-yard line. What are you expecting from the London Knights offense on this drive?
I'm expecting to see some more grind come out of it. Some Merrill on the ground, some Iggy Swift when we're not expecting it, and some Kalia down the middle or on the corner.
So 1st down and 10. 3 receivers out wide here for McLean, who's going to go under center. Short drop back. He's going to fire it out to the left. Pass is going to be caught by Khalil yet again. And a pick up a 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 upcoming as Khalil has not dropped a pass. 6-6, so 100% catch rating.
Yeah, I mean, when he throws it to him, he's very confident that Angus McLean. 5-yard pickup on a corner route. No complaints there. See what they got to do. I think it's a Merrill run coming out now. I'm thinking a stretch run out of Merrill.
The leading receiver yards-wise for the London Knights, Vin Kalia with 392 coming in, as he's already amounted to 400 yards, but instead it's going to be dropped in the backfield. Number 90 on the play, getting the tackle. That is Michael Rochester with the first sack of the game, and it's going to drive the London Knights back.
Yeah, the rookie coming from Annapolis, the 122nd pick of the draft. That brings him up to 2 total sacks right there. And what a big one. Driving McLean all the way back, making now London throw from a 3rd and 13.
And he's going to be hit and dropped again. The Denver Nightwings defensive line coming through. Des Troyer this time with his first sack of the game and 2 back-to-back sacks for the Denver Nightwings. He's going to be 4th and 18.
Talk about a sack. That man came running like a train, bringing him up to 5 total sacks this season. That was a beautiful textbook blitz.
As Angus McLean just had to ask his offensive line, what are you guys blocking here, guys? I mean, 2 back-to-back sacks. And now Denver will get the ball at the 45-yard line of London, set up in perfect field position to add more points onto this lead.
Yeah, I mean, London had that grow momentum change earlier when they pulled that interception, but now Denver scored again, so they're up. Denver has the ball also once again. So now we got to see. It's all up to London's defense.
Yeah, it seems like Denver has regained the momentum. 3 down linemen for London on this play. There's going to be quads going out up top for Josh Miller. He's going to be looking that way. He's going to throw it underneath. Giacomo Jones with the first reception, and that's going to be enough for the first down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Giacomo Jones, first reception, first target, first anything really this game, but he makes it with a first down. So, I mean, if you're going to show up, might as well make it an impactful one. Now, you know, Denver's already moving. They're at London's 34 after a single throw. See what they do.
First down and 10. I lined up in the I backfield, and there goes McChesney, and he's not going to get touched before he picks up 9 yards. And just like that, 13-yard average for McChesney so far in the game, and he got an easy 9 yards before he was touched.
Yeah, no, that line, he had beautiful blocking immediately on the line, and after that, that midfield was just, no one was there. It was an empty desert, and he uses all of it.
2nd down and 1. McChesney in the backfield with Ari Mills, the fullback. And it's going to be a handoff with Mills leading the way, and he is going to pick up another gain of about 10 there, getting it down to the 17-yard line. So McChesney, he's getting those yards before being touched, and that's huge going forward for this offense.
I mean, he has the blocks at first. He's pretty much untouched till it takes about 3-4 nights just to bring him down. He had contact to number 52, kind of just blew it off. Then 3 more came around to eventually bring him down. They're already at London 17. London better do something quick. If they can at least bend, not break, and force him to 3, that'd be their best situation.
Samuel Cassidy was the one that got the truck stick into his pads and sent him back. Is throwing it to the end zone. Touchdown again. The 3rd touchdown passing for Josh Miller. The 2nd one to Logan Keel. And this man cannot be stopped. This offense is on fire right now.
Is Josh Miller within maybe 20 yards of the end zone this game? Yes? All right, that's a touchdown. Pretty much what we've seen this game. Oh my God, that was a beautiful jump right there by Logan Keel. Great presence overall, just a beautiful jump into the catch, just bringing it down, putting Denver up to 20, 21 pending the extra point. London's got to score pretty much before halftime just to keep this game alive. And then after the half, it'll pretty much be a brand new ball game. But I mean, at least 3, if they go in, at least getting a field goal before half, I think that could help London.
So Josh Miller, he's 6 touchdowns away from passing Daniel Garcia for 16th all-time in passing touchdowns in the SFL. Coming into this game, he's thrown 3 already, so he is 3 touchdowns away from passing Daniel Garcia. I wrote that down just in case, you know, Josh Miller were to go off, and he's already got 3 here, and we are not even into the second half yet.
Yeah, we may see it. I mean, over under 57.5, we could see it.
And the kick is away from Kramer Jackman. 21-10 is the score, and it's going to be Need in the end zone, and it's going to be brought out to the 20-yard line. But now, more importantly, this London Knights offense needs to start clicking and regaining that momentum for the first 2 drives that they had in the game, because it's already now 21-10, and they had the lead 10-7 not too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. It's 3:07. They'll have the 2-minute warning as a free timeout, and they have 2 timeouts themselves. I think it's got to be at least, it has to be an under 10-play drive to score.
And that was a 4-play, 45-yard drive for Josh Miller and the Nightwings offense. As Iggy Swift getting the carry, he'll pick up a gain of 9 before being tackled. 2nd down and 1 upcoming. That's exactly what London needed on the first drive.
It's what they needed, but the clock's still running right now. So we have to see. I love seeing that fullback dive get them 9, which is rare to see. But London's, alternative game plan has been working out a bit.
Full house backfield, handoff to Merrill, and he's going to be hit and decked in the backfield. Number 52, Adam Wiseman with another tackle for loss. 2nd down and 3, loss of 2 on the play from Merrill.
I mean, Wiseman's getting back there. I think London's defense is now caught up and fully adapted to, or Denver's defense is fully caught up and adapted to London's offensive game plan, which could be scary.
Handoff to Merrill trying to get outside. He'll get just enough for the first down before being decked on the play by Barry Barkley.
I mean, he barely made it. I wasn't sure. Honestly, if I was from at least my camera angle in the booth, I didn't think he made it, but now he hit the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning from Richard L. Snowden Memorial from Richard L. Snowden Stadium. We'll be back with the last 2 minutes of the first half right after this. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. Jeff Melanish and Dan Mitchell. Last 2 minutes of the first half. McLean under center. Handoff to Merrill trying to go outside, but again, another tackle for loss in the backfield. This time it's going to be number 59 getting credit with it for the Denver Nightwings.
Yeah, there'll be Sam Blenchek, who came in and really stopped Merrill before he could get anything going. You know, another drop, 2nd and 12. London's got to throw it. They got to pull a page from Denver's offensive book and just chuck it.
But they're in the I formation. Let's see if they're going to try a passing play out of this one. They will. It's going to be tight ends and fullbacks. McLean is hit as he threw, and luckily that went forward as the pressure was coming from Des Troyer yet again.
Des Troyer, the madman, you know, he came and destroyed earlier. He's destroying again. Now 3rd and 12. Denver getting lucky, as you said, Jeff. He got the ball out of his hand with some forward momentum. They got to chuck it now. They have to chuck it now.
Trips to the top of the formation, row receiver to the bottom for McLean, but it's going to be quads when the tight end goes out after the ball is snapped. 1:30 left to go. McLean with the pressure in his face, taking a shot in the middle of the field. It's batted in the air and deflected, incomplete. Number 21, Josh Vasquez, looking for the interception, but he'll be credited with the deflection.
I really think the London receiver, I didn't get a chance to look at the number. There was a ref in the way. But I think off that deflection, there was a chance to pick that ball up and run into the end zone. I really think there was. But now they're 4th and 12. So they have to punt it away and then hold Denver for about 1:15-ish.
Get your player position locked and loaded today through our Discord server in the SFL Minor League, SFLM. Now 12 teams. There's more opportunity than ever to be the player you've always wanted to be. Join the Discord community through www.simulationfl.net. The 2nd season of the SFL Minor League starts October 2020, coming up in a couple of months here. Contact Deputy Commissioner Andrew Rastelli on Discord for more information. First down and 10. The Denver Nightwings and Josh Miller will start from their own 42-yard line. 1:18 left to go. And split back in the backfield behind Miller. 2 receivers out wide. Handoff to McChesney going up the middle, and he's going to take a pop in the middle of the field. That was number 52 for the tackle for the London Knights. That's going to be Samuel Cassidy getting in there. Miller dropping back on the hurry up. He's going to throw it to Keel, who's going to pick up enough for the first down. They're inside London territory down to the 46.
You know, Jeff, I just realized, I know we're 1:02 left in this first half, but I realized it's the Knights versus the Nightwings. I don't know, there's pun material here. I'm just not sure what it is yet. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you for that razzling. I don't even know what to say, but here it's going to be quads, or it's going to be trips to the bottom of the formation for Josh Miller at the 46-yard line. With 1:02 left to go, he's going to take a shot to the middle of the field, wide open, caught down to the 24-yard line. Number 14, Bryce Battle.
London's lucky right now that he couldn't keep his balance and fell down with it, because if he was still up with that ball, I saw a little play action, little finicky thing, he would have probably gone away with it, Jeff. That would have been another score. But I mean, right now, Denver is within field goal range for sure. And I mean, London, that's the best thing they could do. Keep it to a 24-10 game. I mean, 24-10, 14-point difference. That's just 2 scores, which isn't crazy for a whole second half. But you'd still rather not be down that much.
And they take their first time out. Miller dropping back. The gunslinging lefty throwing it again. Wide open receiver. It's caught. Giacomo Jones with the first down grab to the 12-yard line. They're going to hurry it up. The clock under 47 seconds in the first half. First down and 10. Miller dropping back. Going to fire it. Wide open tight end. Makes the grab. Number 84, Jeremy Mosley. Gets it down to pickup of 9 on the play. Second down and inches from the 2-yard line. They're still going to hurry it up. Miller looking for his 4th touchdown throw, but it's going to be patted away and incomplete, as that's going to be Marquise Reed with his first deflection.
I mean, if there was a time to make a deflection, it would be there. Barely just out of the hands of a receiver. 3rd and inches now. I mean, Denver has McChesney, and that's pretty much, I think, all they need. Just pop it in. 28 seconds left in this half.
It's 3rd down and inches, so they could get a first down. Oh, and that's going to be a free first down, and they are going to be close to the goal line. They'll mark it half the distance to the goal, but it's going to be a first down for the Denver Nightwings.
And that was an early one too. That wasn't even, right before. That was, I think they weren't even starting the call. I mean, I don't think Miller didn't even think about calling that ball. It wasn't started yet. That was just super early. It's not what you want to see. You're already down and they're this close to the end zone.
First down and 10, or first down and goal from the 1-yard line. Miller under center, Mills and McChesney in the backfield, but he's going to drop back, swing pass out to McChesney into the end zone. Easy touchdown for McChesney, and Josh Miller with another passing touchdown. He is just racking up everything against this London Knights defense.
I mean, it's the first time McChesney's carried it into the end zone this game now. That was just a free walk-in pretty much by Denver. That puts them up 27-28 pending the extra point. London pretty much has no time to finish anything in this half. It's going to be a rough one coming back. Still definitely plenty of time to do it, but an 18-point deficit is 3 scores, and it's hard to do.
And Denver has not punted in this game thus far. London is the only one that's punted, and they've punted the last 3 times on their drives since they got the interception of Denver way back in the first quarter. Now 28 points for Denver Nightwings, and since London scored to make it 10-7, it's been 21 unanswered points for the Nightwings.
Yeah, that's. I mean, right now I don't see London besides maybe a few quick deep passes, but that really hasn't been their game plan. They may just run out the clock, go into halftime, and try and see what they can do. I think that'd be London's best game plan.
Also, London just hasn't had really good starting field position. As everybody's watching, Kramer Jackman is just kicking these balls 4 yards, 5 yards deep in the end zone, and not getting anything on the return game. So London has started the last couple drives from their own 20-yard line, and they're going to do it again here with 23 seconds left. First down and 10. He's in the shotgun set, trips to the bottom of to the top of the formation, but it's going to be Quads taking a shot deep, but it's going to be intercepted by the Nightwings. Going back the other way, number 24, Nick Kindler, with his first interception of the game. And that is just too costly for Angus McLean and the London Knights offense.
Pop that up to Nick Kindler's 2nd interception on the season. I mean, if they score again before going in, that puts it up to 35. They're almost, it's not a chip shot, but I think they could definitely make field goal right now. It's deep. Make at least 1 first down guaranteed right now with Kramer Jackman. Field goal range, put up to 31, but I mean, it's within Miller's arm right now. Easy. Put this up another 7.
16 seconds left to go. Play action again, but taking another shot, and it's inside the 15 to the 14. Timeout, Denver. And again, that's Jeremy Mosley, the tight end, with another big grab across the middle.
And that's exactly what Miller needed. And they're just making their way into the end zone possibly, but downfield definitely right now. They use their 2nd timeout, 1 remaining, 11 seconds left in this half. Let's see what they do. I mean, I don't think McChesney's really on the plate anymore. It's definitely more of an air game with Miller. Oh, they're going straight for
To
the.
take the field goal opportunity as it was actually Bryce Battle with the grab coming across the middle of the field. So 1st down and 10 from the 14, and with 1 timeout left. Low snap, but Kramer Jackman able to kick it, and it's through the uprights and good. So they get the field goal here, but with 8 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
I'm surprised they didn't throw it at least once more. I know it's risky to throw it, and there's always that fear of interception, but I definitely think the risk it would have been greater for the reward. You already have a stable lead, and you could have just stretched it out that much more. And if it's an interception, they most likely were not going to pick six it. So it would have just been an interception with no real gain afterwards. I think the risk versus reward right there was definitely throw it into the end zone, or at least attempt it once and then kick it, and not just immediately kick it.
Because they had the big play to Bryce Battle, and Miller's been throwing it wild all game and slinging the rock all over the place. As they were going to bring it out, but they're going to be starting from the 18. So with 4 seconds left, as the return out by Dustin Zek, and this pretty much is going to be the 4 seconds coming off the play clock, probably just or off the game clock, probably just going to be a run up the middle from Robert Merrill.
Yeah, they don't really have. I mean, they tried to throw it, and that didn't work out for them. So I don't think they're going to go for it. 4 seconds left.
Denver with the lead, 31-10. McLean going to throw it, but he's going to lead his receiver, who takes a shot, as that will be Fox Highwind, and that will take us to the halftime. But McLean leading the receiver Highwind just a little bit too much, and he takes a shot, and it falls incomplete, nearly intercepted again. And so as we come to the halftime studios, Denver on top, 31-10. Dan, just some of your thoughts from what you've seen in that first half of play.
I mean, Denver right now has all the ball control. London had an early game start. I mean, they had the early lead 10-7. London's offense has this alternative game plan style at first when they were using it. You know, they had those swing out fullbacks, and they were utilizing Clea up the middle a lot. I definitely like Clea more out on the corner route, or maybe even deeper. Their tight ends have not really been able to do much. Dayton Rhodes and Benji Madsen both are having a hard time really forcing their way through. Dayton Rhodes with 1 reception for 60 yards. Benji Madsen with 2 targets, but no receptions. I mean, Robert Merrill barely has been able to do much this game. He's gotten a few, decent runs, but Iggy Swift has definitely been able to make a bit more of an impact. And right now, Denver's offense is just, doing Denver offense things. McChesney with 87 yards on 8 runs. I felt like they haven't even handed to him that often, but he's still making a huge playmaker right now. And I mean, just Josh Miller with all of his receivers. Every single receiver has been utilized, and he's utilizing all of them very, very, very well. I mean, Jeremy Mosley with the 1 target, 1 reception, 1 touchdown. That's all you really need. I mean, as a tight end, I think you're like, okay, cool. I got the touchdown. I'm happy now. I mean, you have the 2 touchdowns to Logan Neal, or Keel, my bad. 1 with the beautiful play action earlier in the early part of the game. The other one that happened later. And Josh Miller has been not a perfect, but a really close to perfect, in my opinion, quarterback this game. 131 QBR, according to the stat sheet. That is massive. I will also want to point out that in the chat, Nightwings owner, Kramer Jackman is 94 for 94 field goals. He's chasing 100 for 100, which would be a huge milestone that I don't know if that's ever happened before in this league.
I mean, I even wrote down his career stats. He's 103 for 104 field goal wise. That's a 99.04% for his career. So the dude is, when you say automatic, he is automatic and has been automatic throughout his career with the Denver Nightwings. And it's going to be interesting to see, because this game has been, in the first half, it's just been a different change of momentum. London came out, they went down the field on their first drive, they scored a touchdown, a nice 13-play drive, and then Denver came back. That was that play action pass that you alluded to Logan Keel for the touchdown to tie it up. But then London came back and even had a 12-play drive, which resulted in a field goal. So they had the momentum early. It was 10-7, and then ever since then, pretty much the interception after Josh Miller threw that interception, Josh Miller's hit a new level for for his level of play, and this is going to be a scary thing for the Nightwings if they are looking like this throughout the season. And just like that, the Denver Nightwings will start with the ball first here to start the second half.
I definitely think this could be the statement. This drive is the statement. Will London's defense hold up, or will Denver Nightwings offense do more Denver Nightwings offense things like their deep balls?
Hand off to McChesney, hurdles a defender in the backfield, and then he's going to be picking up a gain of 2 on the play before he's going to be wrestled down by Zach Turner.
90 yards on 9 carries. That's a 10 yards per carry average, which just in a game is great, amazing, honestly. But McChesney has been doing huge plays for a lot of this game. He's had that pretty rarely, those 2-yard pickups.
Second down and 8 for Miller. Handoff to McChesney going up the middle. He is dragging a guy, then he's going to be wrestled down by Russell. Not before he picks up a gain of 5 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 upcoming.
This is definitely a big opportunity coming up for London. If they get the stop here and get the ball, that would be the huge statement they need in a possible shift in momentum.
Miller under center on this 3rd down and 2 play. 4 receivers going out wide. Gonna throw it underneath. Pass gonna be caught by Keel. There is a flag down on the play, but right now, Denver will have the ball at the 42-yard line, depending on the flag.
I think it was PI.
And R62, PI on the Knights. And they're going to call it on number 52 for the London Knights. That is going to be Cassidy yet again being called with a penalty here.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much inconsequential because he caught the ball anyway. And the pass interference was way before the ball was even close to his hands, in my opinion. So it's kind of a weird play right there by the defender. But now Denver's once again marching upfield. They're on their own 43, but it probably won't take long for them to get further.
Miller under center. 3 receivers going to go out wide. Pressure coming, but he's going to fire it, and it's going to be batted away and knocked down. It was almost going to be the 2nd interception for Jack Russell, and he is going to want that one back. That was thrown right to him.
He should have had that. That would have been a huge turnaround right there. They would have been stopped around midfield most likely if he would have not have gotten further, which, I mean, then that gives London some of the best field position that they've had pretty much all game.
2nd down and 10 for Josh Miller. Split back in the backfield behind him. Handoff to McChesney going up the middle. He's going to be wrestled down for a gain of 2 on the play. And number 99, you all know him, Tallymac Scarborough with another tackle.
Definitely seems like London's defense is getting a bit wise to McChesney, or maybe McChesney's just a little cold after coming out of halftime. But it seems like, they're getting a good stop to him, but not as much to their air ball.
And just like that, it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for Josh Miller. Shotgun takes the snap. Going to throw this one underneath, and that's going to be Logan Keel on the grab, but not able to turn upfield with it. And Bodacious Martin Jr. with the tackle. So it's going to be 4th down and 4, and the first punt for the Denver Nightwings will commence in the 3rd quarter.
That is always an interesting stat to hear, but that was kind of a weird play call to make. 3rd and 8, pretty much everyone was going under, or they were just, they were turning way too far out. There was no good options, honestly.
The first punt from Lily Long. And it's going to be fair caught at the 14-yard line, and we will see Angus McLean for the first drive of the second half. What are you expecting change-wise for the London offense?
I mean, I want to see them grind it out again, but I'm not sure if there's enough game, but not if Denver starts burning time. If Denver plays it smart and just starts burning time on their possessions, London has a 0-0 chance. But if they start playing a bit looser, a bit farther out, I definitely think London has a better chance at this game.
4 down lineman for the Nightwings. They bring the blitz, and it's going to prove be proven a good call as, again, not able to get going is Robert Merrill.
Well, that's not what they needed. Let's try again. London, 2nd and 10. Maybe they give it to Merrill again. I don't want to see him give it to Merrill again, but that may be the best just play option.
The line for the Denver Nightwings switches yet again. Handoff to Merrill. He's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield because no one puts a hand on the big guy, number 59, Blanchek, yet again with another tackle.
Yeah, I mean, that time he broke through and he was there before Merrill even really had the ball, it looked like. Now 3rd and 13, London is in a terrible position. 3rd and impossible. They have to throw it, throwing 5 wide.
We saw Portland convert something like this last week against Carolina. As McLean is going to be wrestled down from behind for the sack. Destroyer again, 3 tackles, 1 for a loss, and a sack there. 4th down and 12 upcoming.
I think McLean should have just committed to it. Committed to the run. He hesitated. If he committed to that run, I think he maybe would have made it.
And we'll see the punt yet again. So, Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. And replica jerseys are out now. Get your name on the back of your team or your fan favorites team jersey and visit the team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through the website. You all know it, simulationfl.net. Just hit the shop button and there you will be taken to Sector 6 and be able to select SFL from the different leagues that they use, and then you can find all the teams there. And throwing it across the middle is Josh Miller. You could get his jersey as R.E. Mills with the grab, so the fullback being used more in the passing game than he is in the running game. And another grab, and that's going to be a 1st down.
I mean, that's Mills' 2nd reception for the game today, and he makes it a nice one, you know, right up the middle, runs a bit further, and picks up the 1st down. And because of how far back London was pushed, Denver's already in London's 31.
2 receptions for 20 yards, R.E. Mills on the night. So 1st down and 10 from the London 31. Josh Miller with the split with R.E. Mills and McChesney to either side of him, but he's going to decide to throw it to the tight end, Jeremy Mosley, and that is going to be a catch for him down to the 14-yard line inside the red zone early. Denver Nightwings on this drive.
Yeah, Mosley's 2nd reception on the game. His 1st reception was for a touchdown. That puts him up for 44 yards, though. You know, he's 22 average right now in this game, and that's pretty good. I mean, tight ends sometimes just get those long plays, and they don't get many plays, so it works out when you pick them up. I mean, they're already back into the red zone. Denver with a huge, just momentum-charging game right now.
Full house backfield behind Josh Miller on this 1st down and 10 play. Handoff to McChesney, trying to get out wide. He somehow breaks out of a tackle, but is not going to break out of the arms of William Davidson, and it's going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
Jeff, I just want to say that play lasted way longer than it should have. McChesney just would not go down. The man was staying up. I really thought maybe after he stayed up a bit longer than I was expecting, maybe he could have pushed forward, but he did not end up getting pushed back a yard.
Down in 11 from the 15. Shotgun snap to the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. Another one as Logan Keel continues to add to an impressive night. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game. The 5th passing touchdown for Josh Miller in this one as he ties the 16th all-time Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, congrats to him. Barely on the line right there, at least from my camera angle. I thought it was actually at the goal line, but at the secondary angles, he made it to the end zone. Denver going up to 37-38, pending the extra point, and they have a 28-point lead, also pending the extra point.
And the extra point is through the uprights and good. As Kramer Jackman continues to impress, as it's 38-10 now. The score here live from Richard L. Snowden Stadium in Denver, Colorado. As it's Jeff Melanishin and Dan Mitchell on the call. Rausha Santagria, Zach Holdorf, and Delaney Nash on stats for us tonight. And here Kramer Jackman will look to get this one underway as that drive was a 4-play, 44-yard drive orchestrated by Josh Miller and led to Logan Keel with the 15-yard touchdown reception, his 3rd on the night. As the ball is going to be brought up to the 20-yard line, so if Dustin Zach would have just needed in the end zone, that's where they would have been starting. And so Angus McLean and the London Knights offense looking to get something going here early. It's going to be 1st down and 10 here with 5:29 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
London definitely has to, they got to move quick. They were grinding out early on when they scored, but now the grind won't work, not with the time they have and not with Denver's score. They need to move quick and fly high, honestly.
Gonna be throwing it out here to Merrill, trying to get out of the backfield, but he's gonna somehow gain a gain of 1 on the play as their two hosts. Barkley was in the vicinity for the tackle, as well as number 24, Nick Kindler.
Yeah, I mean, Merrill has not been able to get much going today. Rushing alone, he has 6 yards on 8 attempts. He has 5 receptions, though, as well for 21 yards. Getting something going is going to be hard for him. I definitely think it's going to be a Kalia day if they want a chance.
Took it down in 9. Hand off to Merrill, and he is going to go nowhere as it's going to be no gain on the play. Number 90, Michael Rochester getting the tackle there. 3rd down and 9 upcoming.
Yeah, and now they're forced to throw a deep ball if they want to pick up the next set of downs. I mean, they had that one Kalia play, but that was pretty under down the middle. I don't think they've thrown anything really farther that's worked out.
Throwing it across the middle. Pass is going to be caught, but they're going to be 2 yards short as they're going to throw it to the backup wide receiver, number 83, Andy Mann, with the reception. His first on the day. It's going to be 4th down and 2, so we'll see the punting unit for London yet again.
I mean, they ran that play down the middle, but it did not work out for them. They were just too far pushed back, and there wasn't enough momentum to push him forward onto the 1st down. Now London punting it away, and they're going to give Denver some good starting field position as well.
The punt is away, almost blocked by the Nightwing special teams unit. And it's going to be caught at the 35, making a couple of moves and getting it past the 42-yard line. But you can catch the SFL live every January to October and every January to April over the weekends and Monday nights on 11 Sports for the fans and the SFL's YouTube and Twitch channels. Follow at Simulationfl on Twitter. That's at Simulationfl on Twitter to always get the most up-to-date broadcast dates, times, and matchups so you don't have to miss a moment of the action. 1st down and 10. Miller handing it off to McChesney, going up the middle, and he's going to be wrestled down by Eric Surratt, the defensive tackle, number 55, and only picking up a gain of 1 is McChesney. Kind of a slow second half for him.
Yeah, I'm surprised they only gave him 1. Honestly, just with forward progression alone, I thought he made at least 2 or 3. Give him the 1. It is what it is. I know Denver's just trying to burn the clock at this point. Keep it safe. Don't give London any chances.
Bringing down in 9. Pressure coming, and down goes Josh Miller. The sack will be credited to William Davidson as he's flexing on him. And it's going to be 3rd and 14 upcoming for the Nightwings.
Yeah, William Davidson just coming in and crushing that back line. And Miller with it. 3rd and 14. Long play. They've done it before. See if they do it again.
3rd and 14 from their own 38-yard line. What magic does Josh Miller have? He's already got 5 touchdowns, so he has some magic tonight, but it's going to be intercepted. What a play. Jack Russell comes up with his 2nd interception on the night.
Yeah, Jack Russell with a beautiful interception right there. Pretty much had the route run better than the receiver did. Beautiful jump as well to get that height. I mean, that puts him up to 5 interceptions this season. He could have had 6 as he had an earlier ball that was almost another interception. Seems like Jack Russell is always around this ball when it's in his area. He's a scary person to throw around.
Trying to keep up with Nathan Blake for interceptions, as that's number 5 for Jack Russell. What will the offense do? McLean will throw it underneath to start this one out to Iggy Swift, and he's going to pick up a gain of 5 on the play before he's going to be tackled by the Denver corner, number 23. That is Matt Papno, excuse me.
I mean, it was a good pickup right there by the fullback, or by Iggy Swift. My bad. I don't know why I said that. But good pickup all the same, 5 yards, but the clock is still running. 2:40 left in the 3rd quarter.
2nd down and 5. Short drop, throwing it across the middle, batted in the air and intercepted. And they give the ball right back, courtesy of Josh Vasquez.
Vasquez earlier with the pass deflection. This time he picks one up off a pass deflection. Great awareness right there by everyone in the secondary. It was just kind of a bad way playing the player and not the ball. But then it was a great pickup for Vasquez then, who just, the awareness was all over it. And beautiful. I mean, Denver basically kind of picking up where they lost it. So we'll see what they do with it.
Yeah, both teams are just flipping field position here now is from the 37-yard lines where Josh Miller will commence, and he'll throw it out. Pass is going to be caught, and he's going down the sidelines. Great job, getting great run after the catch. Bryce Battle takes it inside the 35 down to the 33 of London.
Yeah, Battle stays up after a complete loss of momentum and then gets going again. As we get to see this replay, you see he catches it, kind of stumbles, loses momentum, but then cuts forward and keeps going. And then they pick up a good chunk of yards all over again, bringing them up to London's 33-yard line.
Brandon Ewing was the one that dove for the tackle but missed on Bryce Battle. So from the 33-yard line, Miller will go under center, trips to the bottom of the formation, one receiver out to the top. Play action going across the middle. Pass is going to be caught. And that's going to be enough for the first down. And with another grab on the night, that's going to be number 81, Brandon Battle.
Yeah, they give it to him right there. I mean, I'm a little surprised, but they did. Oh, there it is. As I was saying, I was a little surprised they gave him the first down. London is challenging. I mean, the challenge is important. It'd be terrible to lose this timeout, though.
It will if London is indeed trying to make a comeback and hold Denver here to a possible field goal attempt. There's gonna be a huge play. I actually on replay. It's gonna be interesting to see where that ball was as soon as he was pushed backwards, and then they'll have to mark it from where that is, and then have to do the chains and see what they say. Here's the call from R62. And they're gonna overturn it, so it's gonna be inches short of the first down marker as Battle not able to get the ball across the first down line, and the fans here at Richard L. Snowden Stadium are not pleased.
Yeah, I mean, that does put them to inches, though that probably won't be a problem depending if they hand it off to McChesney or not. See what Denver does with the ball, though.
Miller under center, handoff to McChesney, and he's going to wrestle, and he's going to have enough for the first down. Still breaking out of tackles. 3, oh, it could have been 3, but it was a nice tackle on the play by number 52 for the London Knights. That's Cassidy with a touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, you see him. He has good blocks at first, then he breaks one, he breaks another, then he almost breaks the third, drags the man with him a bit, going all the way down to the ankles, but eventually gets brought down at London's 10. And I mean, they have a new set of downs. McChesney is probably ready to run again, or they can just throw it like they've been throwing it, not that far.
Miller will take a shot, throwing it to McChesney coming out of the backfield, but he's going to be wrestled and tackled there. It's going to be to the 9-yard line. They're going to say he actually did gain a little bit, marking it at the 9-yard line, but he was wrestled down quickly. Second down and goal upcoming.
Yeah, just a few inches, but I guess they gave it to him enough, putting him at the 9. They still have, 2 more chances at it. See what they do with it. Even if not, I mean, a field goal will put them up to 41 points.
Second down and goal for Josh Miller. Trips to the top of the formation. One receiver down to the bottom. That is Giacomo Jones. Miller, play action, throwing it across the middle. Pass is caught, turning upfield. They're going to say touchdown. R.E. Mills gets this one, and that is just what the doctor ordered for Josh Miller. Is that 6 touchdown passes on the night. So he passes Daniel Garcia for 16th all-time in SFL career touchdown passes.
Congratulations to Josh Miller. Also, congratulations to R.E. Mills, who has not yet had a touchdown on the season. That would be his first. So on his first touchdown, Josh Miller breaks a record that seems rather fitting, honestly. That puts Denver up to 44-45, pending the extra point. We've almost hit the over-under, but just on Denver's side.
Kramer Jackman will kick this one, and it's through the uprights. 45 to 10 now is the score, and now it's London has had some opportunities, but it seems like it's just fallen out of their hands here. They had the momentum early, then it kind of got away from them at the end of the first half, but a couple interceptions by Jack Russell, so they've had plenty of opportunities. It's just McLean has thrown his interceptions as well. So you can't keep turning the football over to both sides. And the return out here for Dustin Zek to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, 48 seconds left in this third quarter. 35-point deficit. It's a hard place to be, definitely, as we're going to go roll pretty much into the fourth quarter. See what London does. Denver defense is pretty much top notch. And they picked up a few of the 2 interceptions, too, on their side.
McLean in the shotgun empty set formation. He's got trips to the bottom of the formation, but it's going to be quads with the tight end going out and throwing it that way. Pass is going to be caught, making some moves and turning upfield. What a grab from the tight end for London and turning it upfield. Great awareness. That's Dayton Rhodes, the second tight end on this roster for the London Knights, coming up big.
What a catch. What's some moves? Look at that little juke. And he almost had another one. Honestly, he had about one more man to beat till he could have just run from one end zone to the other right there, which would have been a beautiful run. Instead, he gets stopped, but a nice pickup all the same. They're at their own 47. London makes some work.
First down and 10 down. McLean will go in that same formation. This time he's going to flip it, but he's going to take the shotgun snap, throwing it deep on the corner route, but it's going to be knocked away. Looking for Khalil, but it falls incomplete. Papineau in coverage with the deflection.
Yeah, the corner, Matt Papineau, had a beautiful little smack on that ball just to make sure, or else that receiver probably would have been gone. It's a great job really playing the player there, making sure they don't get to come down with it. And now Lund's back on the 47, 2nd and 10.
From their own 47-yard line, 10 seconds left in this third quarter. As Denver were looking like they blitzed, but they back out of it, throwing it across the middle. Pass is going to be caught and then rustled down. That's Vin Khalil, so he gets a reception there yet again. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5 when we come back. That's the end of the third quarter. Everybody put your 4s up. I know London's going to still keep playing and try to make this a game. They got the ball and they're marching downfield. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. Jeff Melanishin, Dan Mitchell, Richard L. Snowden Stadium in Denver, Colorado. Rasha Santagria, Zach Holdorf, and Delaney Nash doing the stats for us tonight. 3rd down and 5 for McLean, looking to convert it, throwing it. There's gonna be a penalty flag, but right now it's gonna be caught by Khalil, who gets all the way inside Denver territory, and we'll have to see with this flag.
Holding number 71.
And they're going to call offensive holding, and that's going to bring them back. And let's go out to Cam Irvine in SFL Studios for a game break.
One of the quickest games of the year is done, and Charleston has pulled the upset, defeating Arizona 16-10 and stopping an Ashley Jackson attempt for a game-winning touchdown. The Predators look like the Predators of last season, improved to 2-3.
Pressure coming, and down goes McLean. And that is not going to do it. That's going to be 4th and 19 upcoming. And another sack for this defensive line for the Denver Nightwings. Destroyer yet again getting his paws wrapped around McLean and sending him down to the turf.
Destroyer just coming in, bringing him to the void. I mean, London has to punt it away now from their own 38. And the clock's still running right now. This is just a dismal situation if you're a London fan.
45-10 is the score here from Denver, Colorado, as the punt is away. And it's going to be fielded by Denver. It's going to be brought out to the 34-yard line. But more importantly, just London seemed to lost all momentum after they got the Denver interception back in the first quarter, and then they went punt, then they went 3 straight punts before throwing another interception, and then it was the end of half. But since the second half has started, it's been a punt, then an interception, and then another punt right there. So 1st down and 10 upcoming for the Nightwings. As Miller under center, dropping back, he's still chucking this one, and he's going to fire it to Logan Keel. That's going to be enough for the 1st down, up to the 46-yard line.
Logan Keel, breaking a huge amount of yardage. He's been a primary receiver, I would say, in this game. And 96 yards on 7 receptions is a huge amount, and he's been just really good all around for Denver. I'm kind of surprised Denver's. I mean, they have really no fear of even a pick right now, but at the same time, I would be doing everything just to try and end this game, keep it with McChesney on the ground, keep the clock running.
Miller under center. It's a play action from the bunch set. He's going to throw it across the middle of the field. Pass is going to be caught by Battle. Makes another reception. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 upcoming. So Miller has no disregard in this game, even with the 2 interceptions. And he's still chucking this football all over the field.
I mean, he has 331 yards on this game with 6 touchdowns.
And Logan Keel with 108 yards on 8 receptions in the game. And McChesney's been bottled up all second half. So London's defense can take some solace in that as Turner with the tackle there. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, I mean, they put a great stop to McChesney, who has 109 yards this game, so he also broke the century mark. We have 3 century mark breakers, and then Miller with the 3 centuries himself.
Hand out to McChesney, breaks out of it somehow and picking up the 1st down. Went backwards, then somehow got out of it, and then went forward. So up to the London 40, 1st down, Nightwings.
Yeah, I mean, he could have broken that inside and it would have been fine. Instead, the blocker was kind of losing control. He stretched out around them. I really thought he could have been tackled back there, but got kind of lucky and pulled up for the 1st down.
Throwing it deep in the middle of the field, and it's caught by Giacomo Jones. Josh Miller still tearing up the secondary. No disregard at all. And Giacomo Jones, but I believe that's his 1st reception of the 2nd half.
I believe you're right, Jeff. And I mean, right now, I think Miller's just trying to spread the love around, and it's working. Giacomo Jones, he only had 2 receptions before that one. That would make his 3rd. They're just trying to get all these stats up.
Miller came into this ballgame 5th in the ESFL in passing yards for 1,282 yards, and he's gonna hand it off to McChesney, who's going to go for a pickup of 5 on the play before being wrestled down by Cassidy.
Yeah, I mean, he picked up the 5, which was good by him. His contact was pretty much at the line of scrimmage. I mean, McChesney kind of turning it back on. Last 2 runs have been very solid by him.
2nd down at 5. Looks like Miller's still going to want to throw this. A play action. He's going to throw it to Ari Mills again, and it's going to be just 1 yard short of the goal line, but it's going to be 1st down and goal upcoming.
Yeah, you know, Denver's loving this play action. It's been throwing London off. Maybe it's the play action. Maybe it's just the formations they're running. London just can't seem to counter, pretty much working every single time. They're now at the 1 yard line. See if they just hand it off McChesney. Maybe they'll stretch it out for another touchdown.
Miller under center, Ari Mills and McChesney in the backfield. Hand out to McChesney. 1st rushing touchdown of the game, courtesy of Jared McChesney. Too easy for him as he goes into the end zone. And again, Denver will increase their lead.
Yeah, pop it up to 51 points, 52 pending the extra point. That'd be a 42-point lead. And Denver pretty much has the over-under on their own right now, or a little bit over it. But, I mean, you can't really say much. Josh Miller has been having an excellent game, a beautiful game. He's just been doing everything right. That time, you know, it was an easy run-in for McChesney. He stretched it out. It was a 2-yard run-in. It wasn't really that much going after it.
And now London's offense will look to get the ball and look to get some positive momentum heading into next week. And it just seems like they relied on the run game just a little bit too much when they have the receivers to get the ball going downfield. And we'll see what they do on this drive here with 6:36 left to go in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, at this point, you know, you're trying out new formations, trying out new things, seeing how they work, so you gather some data for next week. You never really know. I mean, got to try something new. McLean can try out maybe different calls, different formations. 6:36 is not a lot of time left when you're down by this much. 42 would be, what is that, 6 scores?
And it just seems surprising from what we saw back in the 1st quarter. It looked like London had the right game plan, you know, wear out this Denver defense. And then all of a sudden, when you go 3 and out, or when you go and punt the football so many times back to Denver, and then you get the interception, and you can't turn those into points, that also takes some wind out of the sails as well. And we'll see here with 6:35 left to go. McLean, but the pressure is there, and down he goes yet again. Destroyer is absolutely destroying this offensive line for London, as that's his third sack of the night, and he's just been a terror for McLean all game long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the drive summary now. You see London with the first score on their drive, then Denver with the really super early score, and then London makes that field goal. But that's the last time they've really done anything this entire game. They pull an interception off on Denver, but then they pick up a punt because they get 3 and outed immediately.
And there goes Merrill with some nice spins and jukes and gets positive yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. And it's kind of like, where was this for a couple of drives? But again, Merrill almost going MIA, so to speak, like not getting used as heavily and often in this offense, and they're showing off that he can be a force to be reckoned with. As McLean dropping back, but the pressure in his face, he breaks out of it, still throwing it deep, and it's going to be knocked away. Great job from McLean to break out of that, as I believe Destroyer got through yet again, but McLean was not going to be sacked for the 4th time by him. So, I mean, good job for McLean to break out of that and at least attempt to throw the ball deep downfield. Sometimes you see some quarterbacks just sit there after breaking out of it, but McLean with a good awareness to throw it deep.
Great pocket presence, but it really doesn't net them anything now as they're still punting away from their own 23, giving Denver the ball back. We'll see what they can do with it.
The punt is away. If you want more SFL content, our Discord community has podcasts, articles, and highlights about the league, its teams, and its players. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Simulationfl, and visit our website at simulationfl.net for more news, features, and information. You can also get the link there as well to join our Discord and start getting your name heard in some broadcasts as well. As Miller still throwing it, and it's going to be caught by Giacomo Jones, doing it against his old former team, past the 30 to the 27. Miller in closing on 400 passing yards in the game.
390 yards so far this game. One more solid pass, and he's got 4 centuries. Huge. I mean, McChesney ran in that last ball, so they gave him the rushing touchdown. So Miller's still at 6. So this pretty much is in range now for a 7th passing touchdown this game. They're giving Giacomo Jones some more love. You know, he's up to 72 yards now, so the receiver spread looks like 72, 80, and 108 for the wide receivers, 44 for the tight end.
It doesn't get any easier for London, as next week they have to go to the Hive in Atlanta, Georgia to take on the Atlanta Swarm. As McChesney somehow breaks out of it, but he's going to be tackled for no gain on the play, so all that work for no gain. Meanwhile, for the Denver Nightwings, they will stay and get some more home cooking as they got Arizona coming in. That's going to be a good matchup coming here live from Denver next week, Arizona and Denver.
Yeah, I mean, you got the defending champs, so it should be something interesting to say the least.
Then in week 7, London finally going back home, and they have Arizona making the trip across the pond when they take on Arizona from Queensway. And then Denver will have Carolina, and they would have to travel to Carolina to take on the Carolina Skyhawks. So a couple of big matchups coming up for Denver and London. London gonna be hard against Atlanta, but I mean they've shown that they start well. If they could put a whole game together, I mean, watch out. I mean, they still have a whole host of playmakers on this roster, and they had a very solid offseason. So it's been a disappointing start, but you can't give up. It's a battle through the season for sure in the Simulation Football League. As the backups are in now, and the backup running back will be stopped behind the line, 4th and 7 upcoming.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, no risk or no reason to risk your own team getting hurt on offense, really. So throw in the backup, see what they can do, though. We won't get to see Josh Miller with any more stats than, sadly enough. Was hoping to see him hit 4 centuries at least. 7 touchdowns would have been pretty cool as well as they go for the field goal attempt.
As we'll see Kramer Jackman come on to attempt the field goal, looking to remain perfect. He's 94-94. The kick is through the Maha air and it's through the uprights for 40 yards out and good, making it a 55-10 ball game. And he remains perfect. 95 of 95 now.
95 kicks in a row. 95 field goal makes in a row. That is just that is multi-season crazy stat, huge numbers kind of thing you love to see. And I really hope he makes that 100 mark in a row, and that would be a beautiful thing to witness.
And think about all those points that he's put up as well. That's 285 points that he's put up on the board, making those 95 field goals. And the return by Dustin Zeck will get good positive yards up to the 25-yard line.
Bring them up to the 25. We got 2:42 left in this game. It really is just London trying to figure out something new. They could do some interesting things, though. I definitely like seeing London's alternative offensive style that they were throwing out earlier on in the game. I think Denver's defense just got wise to it and put a big stop. But those flip outs to the fullback, picking up some nice yardage, and they had some, they had put Kalia up in the middle, which I was kind of expecting more to see, a Benji Matson kind of play.
Throwing it out, and Papineau will get the deflection, looking for a high wind, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what Denver's been doing for a while now. Even when they go for this deep passes, their corners have been doing an excellent job of just making sure this ball does not make it to the receivers by any chance. That was a huge jump as well by Papineau, and he just drops that ball down.
And tomorrow we got Florida at Lone Star and Sioux Falls at Fort Worth. So what are some games you could be looking for tomorrow in those two interesting matchups?
I mean, we got great schedules pretty much for the SFL. Almost always something interesting to watch, and there's plenty of days to watch. You got a Friday through Monday schedule.
And it's going to be caught there and moving the chains. Dane Rose with the reception, and they're going to hurry it up back to the line. Taking the snap. McLean, he's going to fire it. Kalia with the grab, and that's going to be 2nd down and 1. So looking good with the hurry-up offense. And McLean will hurry it up back to the line with 2:12 left to go. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. He drops back, throwing it to the middle of the field, but it falls incomplete on the play. He was looking for his receiver, Dustin Zeck, coming across the middle of the field.
Yeah, he threw that one a little bit in front of him, so it just kind of fell off into nothing. 2:08 left means London will burn their timeouts after the 2-minute warning, more than likely, and we'll have to see what they do with it. But, I mean, right now it's just looking towards the future for London. Denver moving up to a 4-1 record, very respectable. Interested to see what they do throughout the season. They've had some great runs very recently in league history.
The hands, and it's going to be intercepted. Coming up with the interception, Matt Papineau. And that's not what the doctor wanted for the London Knights, as they were looking for the tight end, Dayton Rhodes, and he just couldn't corral it. And instead, it's going back the other way. So that's the 3rd interception for Angus McLean. But you got to take a look at the 3rd down. 4 of 14, 28%. London on 3rd down. That is something that they're going to have to start working on. They actually were not bad coming into the game with just converting 40%. So, I mean, it's the 3rd downs are something that are going to have to be worked on, is getting in the spin cycle. That's the backup running back getting the carry, number 28, or Saris Pelican. And so that is going, or excuse me, Skeeter Baja with the run there. And so we've come to the 2-minute warning, the final 2 minutes of the 4th quarter, and Denver will move to 4-1. And we'll be back with the last 2 minutes after this. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. So Jeff Melanish and Dan Mitchell coming to you live from Richard L. Snowden Stadium in Denver, Colorado. Rasha Santagria, Zach Holdorf, and Delaney Nash doing the stats for us tonight. And a handoff here to the halfback, Skeeter Baja. And there's the first timeout from London.
Yeah, London burns their first timeout. Denver's now at 3rd and 1. Backups are in, so see something not so interesting out of them more than likely. But I mean, they can pick up this first down, which gives them a whole new set of downs to work with, which won't burn out the game. If my math is correct, which I think it is, they need 2 more first downs to burn out this game completely, or they end up giving the ball back to London.
3rd down and 1. A first down here would pretty much seal the deal. Baja got it, and he's got blocks downfield, and he's got Jack Russell finally tackling him at the 24, and that's the second timeout burned by the London Knights. And so with a minute 49 left to go, this is all but over in Denver.
Yeah, very interesting run to see out of the backups too. You know, he really got around and was just swinging around every threat he could find. Now they end up at London's 24. You know, no one's stats would really get padded if they score again, but would be interesting to see how far they take this. A minute 49 left. London, 1 more timeout left as well.
And it looks like they are going to take some knees here as London will call their last time out. So a minute 48 left to go is going to be 2nd down and 12. So what are you looking forward to, or what have you seen from the couple of games, or from the games that have already been played, or maybe the games that are coming up?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of good things out of a lot of teams right now. You're just looking at just a Denver highlight reel potential, I think, out of this game. A lot of great plays. I think they did their first loss, which was the last game against Baltimore. I definitely think it's someone to watch out for. Just the games I've been seeing Baltimore play recently, I think they're going to be a huge threat this season. So I'd watch out for them. And I think if you're on Baltimore, you guys are already doing a great job this early on, even though I guess we're kind of hitting mid-season territory now, which is always crazy how fast the SFL moves. And week to week, you kind of lose track. And you're like, oh, wow, it's week 5. And next time I think about it, oh, wow, it's going to be week 8, 9, 10. And then we're at the championships and everything goes crazy.
Just taking a look at the standings so far. A couple 4-1 teams, as Denver will jump up into that category as well. 4-1 are the Louisiana Revolution, the Chicago Wildcats, Baltimore Vultures, and now the Denver Nightwings. You got Sioux Falls still looking to play, so they have to play tomorrow. And Arizona actually got beat today, so they are 3-2. But yeah, just there's a whole lot of just, as soon as you hit like the middle of the pack, you have like a whole host of teams again. And even though it's early, still looking to next week, you can't be looking any further down the road, because as soon as you start doing that, that's when you run into trouble looking ahead a week or two and not really focusing on the week that you have. And Kramer Jackman, it's through the uprights and good from 45 yards out. He is now 96 and 96. 4 away from 100, as that's what Jeremy Vega has been counting down to. And boy, oh boy, just a even though the 2 turnovers from Josh Miller, it's pretty much been even though they started out kind of slow, they gave up 10 points to London. But then it seemed like their defense just came ready to play after that. But it's been almost a pretty much just a solid game from Denver.
I just want to point out the amount of risk they just took with that field goal was so much for absolutely zero return. They were risking a 95 kicker streak for a 45-yard field goal for a game where they were already up 45 points with 30 seconds left. That's either shows the amount of courage that Denver and Kramer Jackman have, or they just don't care. Maybe that's the automatic secret. Kramer Jackman just doesn't care. It's just like, I'm gonna make this, and then he just does. That just blew my mind. Also, that puts Denver over the over-under by themselves.
Yeah,
with 58 points.
They've been getting it done here in the final 10 ticks of the game clock will run out, as McLean's still battling here, and it's nice to see as Kalia will get the grab, so padding his stats a little bit, and that is going to do it from Denver, as the Nightwings never really in doubt. 58-10 is the final score. Dan, just some of your final thoughts on what we saw tonight.
I mean, I said it earlier not too long ago. It's a Denver highlight reel pretty much this game. They had so much going for them. A beautiful game plan, 550 total yards, 390 passing yards, and a massive amount of running yards as well. Every player pretty much on Denver's side got involved with this ball one way or another. Josh Miller, 390 yards, 6 touchdowns. Every receiver went 72, 80, 108, 44 for the receivers and tight ends. And then, McChesney had both a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. Ari Mills had a receiving touchdown. Logan Keel had 3 touchdowns. And then defensively, you had beautiful 5 sacks total, 2 by Rochester, 3 by Des Troyer, and then 3 interceptions on Denver side, 1 by Papanow, 1 by Kindler, and 1 by Josh Vasquez, which was off a beautiful tip. I mean, London's got to figure something out. Maybe this can be a game that lights some fire in their hearts. I mean, McLean had 228 yards on 26 completions, which is a pretty good yardage mark. The ground game couldn't really get anything going, though. Not much going on. Vin Cleo, once again, the big receiver right now for London. I mean, they had a great early game plan, but they just didn't hold for more than the first 2-3 drives. And after that, they were pretty much dead in the water. And Denver took full advantage of that. I think they need to figure out just their long-term game plan. They have a great early game. I think what they want to do, but then once anything really changes in that, it just wasn't adapting. But I definitely think they have plenty of room to improve and plenty of ideas that maybe this game could have given them. Denver just throwing out just textbook air game football with Chesney always also being an option. Really can't say enough of how well Denver did today.
And when you take a look at the defense for the London Knights, only 1 sack, and that was William Davidson. Zach Turner started out the season red hot and has cooled off by his standards a little bit for the rookie. So maybe hitting a little bit of a rookie wall here as teams are preparing for him after a solid first opening weeks of games for him. And not being able to get on the sack board. As we get a look here at the player of the game, I have no doubt this is going to be Josh Miller.
There it is.
And it is. I mean, 28 of 34, 390 yards, 6 touchdowns. So he was 1 less. So, but a 129.5 QB rating. He gets the job done. So that is going to do it. So on behalf of my analyst, Dan Mitchell, and in the stats truck for us tonight, Rosca Santagria, Zach Holdorf, and Delaney Nash. And for the executive producer, Cameron Irvine, my name is Jeff Melanishin, and thank you guys so much for tuning into this production of the Simulation Football League. Remember, we got 2 games coming up tonight. There are 2 games coming up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, and we'll close out Week 5 tomorrow. So for all of us here, have a good night, everybody.